Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Top Coin, if you love coins, collectibles, and uncovering hidden treasures in your pocket change, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into a coin you've probably seen thousands of times but might be seriously undervaluing, the 2020 United States 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln Shield cent. What if I told you that a single 2020 penny could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars? Stay tuned, because we're uncovering the story, the secrets, and the special errors that make this little coin a big deal. Before we get into the specifics of the 2020 cent, let's talk history. The US 1-cent coin has a legacy that stretches back over 230 years, with roots tracing all the way to 1793 when the very first large cent was minted. But it was in 1909 that the iconic figure of Abraham Lincoln appeared on the penny, marking the first time a US president was featured on a coin. Victor David Brenner designed the original Lincoln cent to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. That design stuck around for decades, evolving into the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959. Fast forward to 2010, and we got the sleek, modern Union Shield Reverse, symbolizing Lincoln's preservation of the United States as a single union after the Civil War. So the 2020 penny is not just spare change, it's a miniature monument to American resilience, legacy, and history. Obverse, front. The obverse features President Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner. Above his head, we see the phrase, "In God We Trust." To the left is the word liberty, and to the right, the date, 2020, along with the mint mark, which will be either D for Denver, P for Philadelphia, or S for San Francisco if it's a proof coin. Reverse, back. The back of the coin showcases the Union Shield, designed by Lyndall Bass. The 13 stripes represent the original colonies, joined by a horizontal bar symbolizing unity under one federal government. Across the top, the words United States of America, and in bold across the shield, 1 cent. In regular circulation, a 2020 penny is obviously worth just, well, 1 cent. But here's the twist. Certain error coins and rare varieties from 2020 are fetching huge premiums on the collector's market. Let's break it down. Philadelphia. No mint mark 3.5 billion. Denver. D mint mark 4 billion. Inch high mintage means most of these are common, but rarity comes into play with condition and errors. Graded coins in pristine condition, especially MS67 or higher, can fetch $50 to $250 depending on demand. But the real money lies in error coins. Here's where things get juicy. There are several known error types for the 2020 penny that can turn your pocket change into a payday. Caused when the coin dies strike each other without a planchet, leaving design imprints where they shouldn't be. Some 2020 cents show Lincoln's face faintly on the reverse. Look closely at the date, the word liberty, and "In God We Trust." Doubling here is a telltale sign of this rare variety. Coins not struck perfectly centered can range in value based on how far off they are. If Lincoln's head is missing entirely, jackpot. A vertical die crack between the B and E in liberty can create what looks like a capital I. These BIE cents are quirky collector favorites. So how do you find one of these valuable coins? Here's your action plan. Look for mint marks, especially D and P. If you have a proof penny with an S, that's already uncommon. Zoom in on the text, the shield, Lincoln's profile, look for doubling, cracks, or misalignments. It should be 2.5 grams. If it weighs significantly more or less, it might be struck on the wrong planchet. Rare and valuable. If you find what looks like a legit error, especially one of the big ones, consider getting it graded by PCGS or NGC. Grading increases buyer confidence and value. A raw coin might sell for $50, but a certified MS66 error penny? That could fetch hundreds at auction. So there you have it. The 2020 penny might be one of the most overlooked treasures in your change jar. Whether it's a rare double die, a proof coin, or a perfectly struck gem, don't underestimate the power of the penny. If you found a weird 2020 penny or have a coin you're not sure about, drop a comment below. I'd love to help you identify it. And if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more awesome coin content, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a rare find. Did you know that a humble 1-cent coin from 2014 could be worth hundreds, even thousands, of dollars today? That's right. What seems like mere pocket change might just be a hidden treasure. In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2014 Lincoln penny, a coin with over a century of legacy and some modern surprises that could turn collectors into millionaires. To understand the value of the 2014 1-cent coin, we have to go back, way back to the year 1909. In 1909, the United States Mint introduced the first coin to ever bear the likeness of an American president, Abraham Lincoln, in honor of his 100th birthday. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent replaced the Indian head penny and immediately became a symbol of American pride and resilience. From 1909 to 1958, the reverse of the coin featured wheat stalks, hence the name, wheat penny. In 1959, the reverse design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, marking the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Then, in 2009, the Mint released 4 commemorative reverse designs celebrating Lincoln's life stages. Finally, in 2010, a brand new reverse was introduced, the Union Shield design, and it remains on the penny to this day, including the one minted in 2014. The 2014 1-cent coin features the now familiar obverse, front, of Abraham Lincoln, facing right. It's still based on Victor David Brenner's original 1909 design, though it has been subtly updated over the years. The inscriptions include, "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty," to the left, and the year 2014 to the right, along with the mint mark, either P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or no mint mark at all from certain sets. The reverse side, the Union Shield, is a powerful image representing the strength and unity of the United States. Designed by Lyndall Bass and engraved by Joseph Mena, the shield has 13 vertical stripes and a horizontal bar, representing the 13 original colonies joined under one federal government. The motto, E Pluribus Unum, sits above the shield, and 1 cent is boldly struck across it. In 2014, the United States Mint produced over 8 billion pennies. Specifically, Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark 3.9 billion coins. Denver Mint, D 4.1 billion coins. San Francisco Mint, S special proof coins and mint sets only. That's a staggering amount, making the 2014 penny common. But not all 2014 pennies are created equal. Now, let's talk about the real treasure, rare errors and varieties. These are the coins that collectors hunt for, and they can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition and rarity. Look for doubling on the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust. These errors are created during the minting process when a die strikes the coin more than once slightly off position. If the image is not perfectly centered, like 5%, 10%, or even 50% off, collectors love these. A 50% off-center 2014 penny in mint condition can sell for $150 or more. A tiny die crack that makes it look like there's an I between the B and E, nicknamed the BIE error. It's small, but valuable, often selling for $5 to $25, depending on condition. These are not found in circulation and come from special mint sets. In perfect condition, they're highly collectible, with some graded PR70 DCM by PCGS or NGC selling for over $100. These error coins often escape the mint due to equipment issues, human oversight, or die damage. But in the collector's world, imperfections often mean perfection and value. The date mint marks lettering for doubling. If you think you found a valuable 2014 penny, you should have it graded. Professional grading by PCGS or NGC gives your coin legitimacy and often increases its market value significantly. Coins graded MS67 or higher are rare and in pristine condition. Some 2014 D Lincoln cents graded MS68 red have sold at auction for over $800. So the next time you see a 1-cent coin on the ground, pick it up. It might be a piece of history or a mini fortune hiding in plain sight. The 2014 Lincoln penny may be modern, but thanks to errors, rare varieties, and minting quirks, it's carved out a place in the treasure chest of U.S. numismatics. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you don't miss our next episode on coins that are secretly worth a fortune. Comment below if you've ever found a rare penny. We'd love to hear your story. In this video, we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked coins in modern American history, the 2012 United States 1-cent coin, also known as the 2012 Lincoln penny. It might be small, and it might say 1 cent. But did you know some of these can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Stick around to learn everything from its fascinating history, design details, mint marks, errors, varieties, and how you can find valuable ones in circulation today. The story of the United States 1-cent coin begins over 230 years ago with the Coinage Act of 1792, which established the U.S. Mint. The very first pennies were large copper discs, quite different from the ones we use today. Fast forward to 1909, the U.S. Mint introduced the Lincoln cent, honoring the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. The first time a real person appeared on a U.S. coin. It was a significant shift, and the Lincoln penny has remained in circulation for over a century. From 1909 to 1958, the coin featured wheat stalks on the reverse, hence the name, wheat penny. In 1959, to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday, the reverse was changed to the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparro. But in 2010, a brand new reverse design was introduced, the Union Shield, which is what you'll find on the 2012 penny. Obverse, front still features the iconic bust of President Lincoln, originally sculpted by Victor David Brenner in 1909. Just above Lincoln's head, you'll see "In God We Trust." To the left is Liberty, and to the right, the year, 2012. You'll also see a mint mark, either P, D, or no mark if minted in Philadelphia. Reverse. Back, the Union Shield symbolizes Lincoln's efforts to preserve the United States as a single, united country during the Civil War. The shield has 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies, and a horizontal bar across the top for federal unity. Across the shield reads 1 cent, and above it, United States of America. In 2012, the penny was produced at 2 primary mints: Philadelphia Mint, over 4.9 billion coins; Denver Mint, over 4.2 billion coins. There were no proof cents from the San Francisco Mint that were released into circulation. Those were specially made for collectors. So yes, over 9 billion pennies in total, which might make you think, well, they can't be rare then, right? But here's the twist: errors and varieties can make certain coins extremely rare and valuable. Here's where things get really interesting. Let's talk about error coins and rare varieties of the 2012 penny that can be worth big money. Double die obverse, DDO. Look closely at Liberty or In God We Trust. Some coins show doubling, and those can fetch $50 to $150 depending on condition and grade. Off-center strikes. If your coin is noticeably off-center, say 10% to 50%, with full dates and mint marks, they can be worth $20 to $200 plus. B error. A small die crack between the B and E in Liberty, forming what looks like a letter I. While common on earlier cents, they do show up in newer issues and can sell for $10 to $30. Die cracks and cuts, raised, irregular lines or missing sections of the rim can mean a die break occurred, and collectors love these. Depending on size and position, values can go from $5 to $100 plus. Satin finish proofs. In collector sets, 2012 pennies with a special satin finish and high grades, like MS69 or MS70, can be worth $100 to $300 or more when slabbed and certified. While the average 2012 penny is worth just a cent, high-grade coins and error varieties have recently sold for surprising amounts. A 2012 D penny graded MS68 RD by PCGS sold for over $1,000. A proof coin from a collector's set sold for $200 plus due to perfect condition and finish. A dramatic off-center strike with full date brought in $350 on eBay. So if you're checking your change, don't overlook those 2012 pennies. And that's a wrap on the 2012 Lincoln cent. Who knew a coin so common could be so collectible? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever found a rare penny in your change? Or do you have a favorite year you want us to cover next? If you learned something new, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it with your fellow treasure hunters. Your next Bitcoin find might be just 1 cent away. Money Ag, thanks for watching. And until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and keep hunting for history in your hands. Today, we're diving deep into the mysterious and fascinating world of the 1991 United States 1 cent coin, its history, features, errors, varieties, and exactly why some of them are now being sold for big bucks by collectors and investors. So, stay with me till the end, because you might be holding a small fortune and not even know it. The 1991 cent is part of the Lincoln cent series, which has been minted continuously since 1909, honoring the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This makes it one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. The obverse, or front, of the coin features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a Lithuanian-American engraver. His initials VB were famously removed shortly after the 1909 release due to public controversy but later returned, subtly on the reverse in 1918. The reverse in 1991 still featured the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, who was also the 10th chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. But here's where it gets interesting. The 1991 cent looks ordinary, but some of them hide extraordinary details, errors, or were made in unexpected conditions, which makes them extremely rare and valuable. Composition: 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper, a change made in 1982 due to rising copper costs. Weight: 2.5 grams. Diameter: 19.05 mm. Edge: plain mint marks. 1991 cents were minted in 3 locations. No mint mark equals Philadelphia equals Denver's equals San Francisco. Only for proofs. It's the tiny differences between these that might make all the difference in value. Now let's get to the juicy part, the rare errors and varieties of the 1991 1-cent coin that collectors are going crazy for. This error occurs during the striking process when the die used to strike the coin has a doubled image. In the 1991 cent, doubling is sometimes visible in the Liberty inscription, the date, or Lincoln's eye. Some DDO examples have sold for $100 to over $300. Depending on condition. An off-center strike occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during minting. A 1991 penny struck 40% off-center can fetch $150 to $400, especially if the date is still visible. When part of the coin blank planchet is missing, you get a clipped penny. These are quirky, highly collectible, and can go for $1.50, $200. These are extremely rare. Imagine a 1991 cent struck on a dime planchet or a foreign coin planchet. That's where you see auction prices in the thousands of dollars. These are serious collector items. Although proof coins are usually perfect, mistakes do happen. 1991 S-proof pennies with die polish lines, cameo frosting irregularities, or strike-through errors can be worth significantly more than face value, up to $200 plus. When it comes to value, condition is king. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale, from poor, P1, to perfect mint state, MS 70. Not a typical circulated 1991 penny is worth just 1 cent, but a mint state MS 65 plus coin. That's when values start jumping, sometimes up to $25 to $100, especially for pristine red examples. Proof coins, especially those graded PR 69 or PR 70, can reach $100 to $200 plus, depending on demand and rarity of the error. Bright red in color, free of scratches or dings with strong details and full rims. A 1991 DMS 68 red Lincoln cent was sold by PCGS for $1,380 at auction. A 1991 no mint mark MS 67 plus red fetched over $500. Rare off-center errors and die varieties continue to command $200 to $800 regularly on auction sites like Heritage Auctions and eBay. It's not just about rarity, it's about grade, demand, and how closely you inspect your pocket change. A coin that weighs more or less than 2.5 grams could be an error, especially if it's struck on the wrong planchet. If you think you have a rare find, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Certified coins sell for significantly more. The 1991 1-cent coin might be common, but within its numbers lie some true treasures. Whether it's an off-center strike, a double die, or just a perfectly preserved specimen, this little copper coin has made its way from our change jars to auction floors. And who knows? Your next lucky penny might just be worth a whole lot more than 1 cent. So next time you see a 1991 penny, don't toss it aside. Examine it. Treasure it. It might just pay off big time. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, coin values, and hidden gems in your change, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome numismatic content. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in U.S. history, the 1974 Lincoln cent. Some versions of this penny are not only rare, but potentially worth tens of thousands of dollars. Stay tuned, because you might just have a treasure in your hands. The story of the 1-cent coin begins long before 1974. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and what better icon than the great emancipator himself. Fast forward to 1974, a pivotal year in U.S. coinage history. The country was in the midst of economic turbulence, inflation was rising, and the price of copper was spiking dramatically. Producing billions of copper pennies each year was becoming increasingly expensive for the U.S. Mint. In response, the Mint began experimenting with alternative metals for the penny, leading to one of the most famous and controversial coin trials in American history. Enter the 1974 aluminum cent. The standard 1974 Lincoln cent is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, with a diameter of 19 millimeters and a weight of 3.11 grams. Over 8 billion of these were minted, making it one of the most common U.S. coins. But not all 1974 cents are created equal. Some 1974 cents were struck in aluminum, weighing just 0.93 grams, as part of a mint experiment. These lightweight coins were never intended for public release, but a few somehow slipped out. In 1974, the Mint produced over 1.5 million aluminum cents as trial strikes. The plan was to switch from expensive copper to lighter and cheaper aluminum. But opposition came fast and loud. Doctors warned that swallowed aluminum coins wouldn't show up on X-rays, posing a health risk to children. Vending machine companies protested, saying the aluminum coins would break their machines. Congress ultimately shut down the experiment. The Mint ordered all 1974 aluminum cents destroyed, but at least a dozen are known to have survived. One example, given to a U.S. congressman, surfaced years later and triggered a legal battle with the government. In 2014, a 1974 aluminum penny was estimated to be worth $250,000 to $2 million at auction, but the Mint confiscated it, claiming it was never officially released and still belonged to the government. That's right. Owning one of these experimental coins could be like owning stolen government property, unless you find one that legally escaped. While the aluminum cent steals the spotlight, there are other rare and valuable varieties of the 1974 penny that are 100% legal to own and can still bring in big bucks. Let's look at the three standard versions of the 1974 Lincoln cent. 1974 Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. 1974 D. Denver Mint. 1974 S. San Francisco Mint. Now here's where it gets interesting. Look out for errors like double die obverse, DDO, where the date or letters look doubled. Off-center strikes, dramatic ones, are rare and collectible. High-grade uncirculated coins, especially those graded MS 67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, which can sell for hundreds or thousands depending on condition and rarity. So how much can a 1974 penny be worth? A high-grade 1974 DMS 67 red sold for $4,994. A 1974 S-proof in PR 69 deep cameo can reach up to $1,500. And if you happen to own an authenticated aluminum 1974 cent, you might just be sitting on a six-figure jackpot. Collectors and investors are always on the hunt for clean, bright, full red specimens with sharp details and strong mint luster. Want to hunt for your own hidden treasure? Here's what to do. Search your coin jars, piggy banks, or inherited collections. Look closely at the date and mint mark. Use a jeweler's loupe or microscope. Check for weight. A genuine aluminum cent weighs under 1 gram. Look for doubling, clean surfaces, and strong details. Submit your finds to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate. Coin roll hunting and flea markets are great places to look. Just one lucky find could turn into a small fortune. The 1974 1-cent coin is more than just spare change. It's a symbol of a changing America, a story of innovation and controversy, and for a lucky few, a literal treasure. So before you toss that penny aside, take a closer look. Because sometimes, the smallest coin holds the biggest secrets. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more rare coin stories, coin collecting tips, and hidden treasures in everyday life. Got a 1974 penny with a story? Drop it in the comments below, and let's see who's holding history in their hands.